Welcome to the 9 News Prep Rally.
Happy Saturday morning. I'm Ashley Moore, and welcome in to the Prep Rally. The hunt for a state championship is officially on for every fall sport. And in football, we start with a banger. To kick off the 3A playoffs, it's the reigning state champion Thompson Valley Eagles squaring off with the champs from the year before, the Holy Family Tigers. And yes, this is just the first round. Second quarter, Thompson Valley ball. Sophomore QB Finley Lucas rolls right and sends it downfield to Donovan Kloss. And what a catch. Few plays later, it's Lucas again, this time to Chris Arguello. 7-0 Eagles. But shortly after, it's sophomore QB Caden Hockin to sophomore Nick Leopardi to tie the game at 7. So to the fourth quarter we go. Tie game with less than a minute to play. And Landry Suarez scores to grab a late lead with 40 seconds to play. But with 10 seconds to go, Caden Hockin, this time letting his blockers go to work. Looking and sending it downfield to Cole Janney, and that ties it up to send this one to overtime. So in OT, Holy Family ball, Gage Gunderson with it. He goes around left to put the Tigers back in front, 28-21. Thompson Valley now looking to tie it up. Lucas rolls left, but Holy Family's Jeremiah Stevens ends it. Tigers take down the defending champs, 28-21. Valor Christian hosting the Erie Tigers in the round of 16. Valor down 7 early in the first when Titus Hewitt finds Cash Spence over the middle, and he makes not 1, not 2, but 3 defenders miss for the 44-yard tutty. And into the second quarter, the Tigers looking to add some pressure. Braden Tolliver bouncing to the outside, and he has room to set up the Tigers score. So shortly after, Jack Arnold with the option, and he keeps it himself 14-all. But Erie had no answers for the potent Eagles offense. Coming out of the half with a 21-point lead, Chase Hanash gets the house call from 90 yards out, putting the Erie Tigers to sleep as Valor goes on to win 70-28. Found in Fort Carson with the scariest game in the state, visiting the #1 Cherry Creek Bruins, a team so dominant that several of the Broncos' defense were on hand to watch the matchup. All right, so already up 7, the Bruins QB Brady Vodka sends the ball to Elijah Carmwell for the 4-yard touchdown run, 14-zip. Trojans back to punt now, and this one's blocked by Creek's Demarius Lavender, who picks it up and runs for it for a Bruins touchdown, 28-0. And this one just got out of hand. Creek's Walker Rudden back to receive the punt, and Rudden takes this one back for an 80-yard touchdown to make it 42-0, final 56-0. And then there were the Roosevelt Rough Riders who took on Pueblo County, and it's Roosevelt's rider, Tim Kowich, out to the left, and in for the rushing touchdown. Roosevelt stomps on him, 47-0. And in the second round of 5A, Columbine taking on Ralston Valley, and those are two of the best minds in the state, Coach Yano and Coach Lowry. But the Mustangs strike first. First play from scrimmage, and Levi Rillos takes it 39 yards to the hizzy, 7-0 RV. But Columbine answers. Mark Snyder takes the pitch and finds pay dirt. Extra point no good. Ralston Valley still up 7-6. Second quarter now. Zeke Andrews, who just committed to Colorado State, hits Ethan Shirazi for a 42-yard house call, 14-6. And the Mustangs win this one 35-12 in their first playoff meeting since 2009. Here's Andrews on his big commitment earlier this week.
Yeah, you know, I've always grown up around the program. We got a lot of friends, a lot of family friends who went there. So we've been going to games. We've been up on that campus since I was like 6 years old. So that's just really a dream come true to go there. And get to play not too far from home so my parents can come watch. That was big for me. And I mean, just staying in state, like that's what I want to do. I love Colorado, and so that's where I want to be.
Well, the road to state is officially on and popping. And while we'll have every state volleyball and soccer championship for you tomorrow morning, let's take a look at how we got here with the state soccer semifinals. From the University of Denver soccer field for a bid to the 5A state championship is Pine Creek, looking to knock off the Regis Jesuit Raiders. And striking first for the Raiders, it's a bit of a whoopsie. RJ's Jackson Hugelet with the ball, but Wyatt Van Horn from Pine Creek knocks it into the back of his own net. Regis up 1-0. Well, the Eagles on the hunt. Caleb Van Horn in the corner, passing to Calvin Stewart. And yes, goal Pine Creek, putting the Eagles up 2-1. But on to the second half, all tied up at 2. RJ from the corner. Hugelich knocks the ball into the eye of the storm, and Regis gets the dub, advancing to the championship game. Well, that following game featured the Cherokee Trail Cougars taking on Ralston Valley Mustangs, but we'd have to wait till the second half before the first point was scored. Cherokee Trail's Caleb Burgess sending the ball towards the front of the net, and it's Derek Seymour blasting the ball past the goalie, 1-0. But the clock still has not struck zero. After passing the ball to Sawyer Lee, Ethan Orchard gets it back and scores the game-tying goal with only a minute 26 left on the clock, and the fellas show him some love. But now to the shootout. And look who it is. Noah Kaputska called up to the deaf national team, coming in clutch for the Stangs. Kaputska sneaks this one past the goalie, putting him up. And we all know that not all heroes wear capes. RV's goalie, Ben Brown, coming up clutch with these saves to seal the deal as the Mustangs win 4-2 in a shootout. Well, for years, they've trained, competed, and dreamed of this moment. And now it's here. Across Colorado, high school athletes are signing on to their next chapter to officially become college athletes. It's signing day, or shall I say signing week, across Colorado. And at Regis Jesuit, 12 seniors signed across the dotted lines to play collegiately, including 5 from the girls lacrosse team.
I'm just so proud of all of us. I've played with these girls all my life, and it's just so cool to see us reach our dream and be able to play at the next level in college.
But one of the biggest signings of the day belonged to basketball star Eric Fiedler. The 6'6", 200-pound senior is headed to play at CSU.
Coach Ali and the entire coaching staff up there, they believed in me very early on in the process. They wanted me as a player and even better as a person.
CSU's coach Farouk Manesh sees him playing in a role similar to former star Nick Clifford, while his longtime coach Ken Shaw knows him as the best player in the state.
I think because of how he got recruited this year and what he's accomplished last year and this summer going into his senior year, I think he's generally recognized as the best.
Over at St. Mary's, the Wildcats are sending several athletes off to D1 through D3s to compete in tennis, swimming, and rowing. And as for Broomfield, the Eagles boasted an equally large class to Regis, including 3 signees from the state championship winning softball team.
I know a lot of people definitely feared Broomfield because we had 12 seniors. Then now that most of us are leaving, I think a lot of people have a big relief off their shoulders now.
As for basketball superstar Paige Gilpatrick, the seniors headed to Boise State.
So much of a relief. It's nice to know where I'm going and to just, kind of play this last season stress-free and just really focus on, doing our best and hopefully taking home a state championship.
Another Colorado class taking their talents to the next level. But reminder, we can't be everywhere, so if you're ever out at a game and see something you'd like featured on the Prep Rally, just send it over. That's all, folks. I'm Ashley Moore, and we'll see you next time right here on the 9 News Prep Rally.